Welcome to the show. After the show, it happens right after the show. Cheers with Scott.
Oh, hey.
Scott's here.
Hi, hello.
Look, it's Scott from NerdSync.
That's my name.
Yeah, that's his name right here.
In case you guys aren't subscribed, you should go and
subscribed.
subscribe to NerdSync right now.
Yeah, some of you might already know, but NerdSync is now a part of Super Carlin Brothers.
Whoa!
This is the kind of hard-hitting information you get when you're one of our patrons. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
So, Skrulls.
Talking Skrulls.
Talking
Man.
Skrull.
Okay, so the Nebula thing gets me very excited.
Oh,
I feel like we, it wasn't even in the script as of this morning.
As of this morning, I was really hunting. War Machine, I've been thinking since I left the theater, and I was like, man, there's so many little ties and connections that just make so much sense. But then the other one, actually, we didn't even include it. I had a whole thing for Vision, too, but we scrapped that because we found Nebula.
Nebula.
Yeah.
Well, so Vision is interesting in the sort of like 30-second version of it is that if a Skrull turned into Vision and sort of was able to like replicate the Mind Stone without it actually being the Mind Stone, like you wonder if it would possess maybe some percentage of the power, even if it's like a clone.
It's like a diet Mind Stone.
And sort of like the big diet Mind Stone, that's a good way to put it. Yeah,
good.
sugar-free.
Sugar-free.
But the thinking would be that when the snap happened, because the Mind Stone isn't the real Mind Stone, that's part of like why it caused so much carnage to the Gauntlet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it was enough to do it, but it wasn't as legit as it needed to be.
It could make it like reversible then, too. Maybe like, oh, it wasn't like full. It wasn't really real.
Sure. And
Maybe.
the other thing too is that Vision is so boring in Infinity War. Like he does nothing. He's just like an empty trash bag floating through the breeze,
Getting stabbed.
stabbed like crazy. Isn't he supposed to be made out of vibranium?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah,
Like that.
Not very good. But no, I think Nebula is super cool as like a version of this because so many people want it to be this like one of the characters we know is secretly somebody else, but then that super takes away from that character, which is no good.
Yeah.
And if it's Nebula and she's not like transformed.
Yeah, it would kind of feel cheap if like we had followed these characters for years and then it turns out one of them was like a Skrull and it's like, oh, maybe it wasn't exactly, all the stuff that we've known about them isn't quite, attributed to them. Whereas, I think Nebula, it definitely adds to that. It doesn't take away anything. It just makes it a little more sad.
Right, it makes her even sadder that
Yes.
not only she's a Skrull and she can't even do the thing that Skrulls can do anymore.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sad.
I know, it's like that's so Thanos, and like if Ronan's the one who came and got her, then it's like Thanos is the one. It's like still Thanos' fault,
Right. Well, and so I think the other thing that'd be kind of interesting about it is like, so the Skrull probably are like majorly indebted to Captain Marvel, like Carol Danvers.
Right. Yeah.
And so like if it's the type of thing where Gamora has in some way like taken her form and is taken, she may even be like, I have to sacrifice myself because in doing so, if they think they've successfully defeated Carol Danvers, then she's free to exist in the galaxy and continue to like carry out her mission
interesting.
in the name of the Skrull.
Oh. Or it could be that if Nebula meets Captain Marvel in Endgame, she might think she should sacrifice herself like fighting Thanos because of everything.
Oh, sure. Well, and so there's two flips or two sides of that coin because I have seen some amount of speculation to this tune that would suggest that it may offer an explanation as to why Nebula may actually hate Captain Marvel in the end because her life has been so turned upside down by the mistake.
Oh, sure.
So it could be the case that like going forward, Captain Marvel's like arch nemesis is Nebula in some ways, but
that'd be an interesting.
That would be really cool, actually. Yeah.
Right? So it would
It
require.
doesn't seem like it'd be much of a fight.
It doesn't seem like it'd be much of a fight, and that's the thing. Like I feel like because Nebula is supposed to be secondary to Gamora, and Gamora, as deadly as she is not even like the leader of the group that she's in.
Right. I guess they call her like the deadliest woman in the galaxy, though.
Right.
That is what they call her.
Yeah. And so like Nebula's sort of like I don't know. Maybe they haven't met Captain Marvel though.
Yeah, but like Captain Marvel could be more powerful, but not more deadly.
That's true. Sure.
Interesting. So much to think about.
It is. There's certainly plenty of opportunity for Nebula to get blasted with some sort of supercharged power up.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Like
at
what
some point,
does
too.
Nebula become if she's had a chip on her shoulder her entire life, and all of a sudden she gains the power to be more powerful than everybody she's had to be in second place to?
Yeah.
That
That's
would be
a good villain too.
That would give a lot of
man.
motivation in a just deadly complex.
She's hanging out with Tony Stark. He's pretty good at building stuff and upgrading machinery.
Oh, that's
and
true.
whatnot.
That is true.
Oh, man.
That is true.
Oh, man.
Oh, the other thing with Tony is I feel like they're going to be adrift at space, most likely destined to die. I do feel like it does offer a pretty reasonable opportunity for them to both give an origin story.
Yeah.
So
like to talk to each other.
Right. Like
Yeah.
we're going to have to see something happening if what's happening in their situation is them almost dying. And then what's probably going to happen is in the process of Nebula revealing her origin story is they're going to get rescued.
Sure.
So that's like the best way for the movie to give us the exposition to like get to
Right.
tell us the
They'll
story.
give us like half of it, and then they'll be like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we're rescued! Hooray!
And it's like, oh, something important
Yeah,
was
just
the
before the good
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Oh man, I really want it to be Nebula. I really love this idea.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so
And I want it
good.
to be the little girl, and oh yep, I love it all. I like it. It ties
Yes.
everything in nicely. It's pretty cool.
hope you guys are on board too. Let us know down below. Is that a thing they can do here? Yeah, they can
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
for sure. All the comments and greet Scott.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Scott.
Yeah. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.